Hello, how are you all doing? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Welcome to this Q&A. Honestly, I'm a bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before. Thank you to everyone that's already showed up. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the moderators as well for coming out and doing double duty. I really appreciate that. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Trendy. Hello, everyone in chat. I've already said hello to quite a few people, but yes, we are not going to hang around because I don't want to keep the lovely Fabian waiting. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to this screen. As you can see up there, we have a sign that says pre-release, not final. This is not the final version. There will definitely be another version that will be coming before the public release on the 19th, which is next Tuesday. And I've also gone ahead and covered up the CP and SP because it is kind of broken. So I've covered it up, so we're going to be ignoring that. And yeah, I don't know if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Fabian, to everyone.
Yeah, sure thing. Thanks for having me, first of all. Thanks for taking that opportunity. As you mentioned, Fabian, I'm producer on Policem at Astragon, and I'm happy to be around today. Just that short before releasing the upcoming DLC, the Border DLC. Fantastic time.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be fun. That all being said, of course, I have done a little, I've noted down some of the questions that we did collect. So how this is going to work is I will go through the questions that I've noted down first, as I think that's only fair. And then once we've got through them, which is about 1, 2, 3, 4, there's about 10 to 12 of them. After that, we'll switch over to questions that you guys have here live. So that's how that's going to work. I think it's only fair that people have submitted their questions in advance should get them answered first, and then we will switch over to questions that you guys want to answer. So let's go ahead and start a shift.
Absolutely. Let's actually start at one of the new shifts, right? Let's start a shift at the border station.
We are.
Maybe at the start, we're going to have 2 border stations. Both going to be in Franklin. Both going to be connected to the city via the highway. And you have the option to choose one of those 2. Basically, that's the one, the more souls one, I would say, and that's the other one. I have to admit, I personally prefer the layout of the lower one more.
Yeah, I haven't been to the one up north when I had a look around earlier and just made sure that everything was working as it should be. Yeah, I choose the south one as well, so I haven't actually been to the north one. But we may end up doing, we're going to do open patrols, so what could be, we could maybe switch after, I don't know, half an hour or so, and then we'll end the shift and we'll go and start a shift on the other one, because I'm sure people would like to see what they both look like. So we'll go ahead and start a shift down here in the southern border. First.
Both features the same content. Yep. It's just the layout is quite different.
Right.
And someone actually is asking in chat already. I see Rico asking, can we do open patrol? Absolutely, we can. I remember just a couple of weeks ago we said most likely it's not going to make it, but we know how many people love open patrol, and that's why it was necessary to do that. And you can also switch from border through highway if you own the highway expansion to the city, and the opposite way around.
That is correct. So yeah, there will be free roam between the entire map, between the border station, between the highway and the city. Because I was a little bit disappointed like everyone else, but it is good that the developers have managed to get it in. Because yes, it is we already have a detailed inspection. We are going to go ahead and accept that.
Maybe let's quickly go through how this whole thing works here. You at your border, you have different, basically bases, I would call them, tasks where you can be assigned. You have the first inspection where you basically welcome people entering country Franklin, our state Franklin, where you do first questionnaires, quick inspections, and all that stuff. Then we have the detailed inspections. That's what the one you assigned right now to.
Yep.
And lately, we also have the death control, where you have a biometric kiosk, do the interviewing, kind of like the bot thing at an airport.
Exactly.
So, parking the car.
Yep. Mitchell says the BPD skinners are working with the new truck. Yeah, I went through earlier and checked. The skins are all indeed working. They are working. Yep.
Absolutely. For 3 cars, they come.
Yeah. We had that one there wasn't actually working, so we were very hastily working out why it was broken, but yeah, we got it fixed. So all skins are working, all skins are there, I can confirm that, I did a check. Right, so we are going to start over here with this person, we've got this gentleman here. So he's been sent over here for a detailed inspection. Good morning, sir. I'm just going to ask you some standard questions today. And whilst I'm asking this gentleman a question, I better get a spreadsheet up. And we will ask a question to Fabian. So the first one is from Assassin's King. And he asked, is it possible to use the vehicle inspection function on a regular career mode patrol / open patrol? And why is there no holding cells?
There are holding cells. They in the last version they've not been marked on the map. They will be marked on the map, and I think you Beaver, you already found them.
I did, yeah.
When you were trying out. But yeah, absolutely, you can do this in open patrol. You can do this on shift mode. You can do this in city. So basically, you will have the option to choose between the regular yet released search function of car, or the in-depth inspection, which we most likely gonna see a couple of seconds in the future, and we have certain tools to support that. And I have to admit, that's one of the coolest things, I feel like, because you can really get into the cars of the NPCs, especially also in multiplayer. You can see bending the other player inside of the car, looking around, finding certain stuff, etc.
Yeah, that is correct. Okay, so he's saying that he's got nothing to declare. So what we are going to do is we're going to try... Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Quickly hop over here to our little red box.
Yeah, these are our new toolboxes, basically storage option for tools.
Yeah, so these are at every booth, and they're also at every inspection point over there. Hopefully we'll get that pulled in a bit. So we'll go ahead and grab the cargo scanner just to have a quick peek, see if there's anything going on, because he said he has nothing to declare.
But maybe ask the person to leave the vehicle first. You kind of don't want to mess around with like an X-ray device if someone is sitting in the car.
Yeah, you're more right. We don't want to irradiate people. Yes, so would you mind stepping out of the vehicle for me? Move to the sidewalk, please. There we are. Try that one again, shall we? Stand over there for me. Thank you very much. Okay.
If you get a bit closer, you can actually, press A to...
there we go.
You get like this, like, telephone-ish-like screen where you really can look at the vehicle, and if there's something hidden, you might see a dot that we can report it. But that car looks actually quite clean from that side. I would recommend also to check from the other side.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a quick check on the other side. So we'll walk around here, and as you can see, you get a little prompt that tells you X-ray scan. Oh, we have something. We have found something, so that is going to be noted, and then we're going to have to get that out the vehicle and probably ask him what it is and what it's doing there.
Yeah. Obviously, not everything can be detected by such an X-ray scanner, so what I would always recommend is also do in-depth research in the car. You can also do it in the engine hood, but also in the trunk. And we have another tool later on to check below the vehicle, because obviously you're not going to be able to bend over.
Yeah. Okay, so we found 40 baggies of heroin, so that is an undeclared item. Right. Perfect. We'll go ahead and put this away. Okie dokie, sir. So, have you consumed any alcohol, taken any drugs I should be made aware of? Go ahead and get the standard DUI checks out the way, and then we will be placing this gentleman under arrest for attempting to smuggle a substance over the border.
Yeah, but I still would recommend, Beaver, that you also check the interior of the vehicle, because it could be there's something that the X-ray scanner cannot catch. There's certain objects that simply cannot be detected by X-ray.
Okay, yeah, we'll give this a go as well. This is the new interior inspection feature, so if we just hover over this, it will go white, and then that will say that there's nothing found. We'll toggle our flashlight. I don't think there's anything else here.
You only need to toggle your flashlight at night, obviously.
Yep. Yeah, I had a quick play with this little feature earlier, and it is quite nice. It is nice. It gives it another dimension here. It looks like that's the only one there.
This first-person action camera we did not use before, and it was a feature we've been longly waiting to introduce to the game. Sometimes you also, especially on commercial drivers, want to find a first aid kit, but also a high reflective vest, as they are required to carry those around.
They are indeed. Okay, that's that one done. So, yeah, so far it's looking good. Of course, we did find those baggies of heroin that we found with the scanner. Other than that...
but for a criminal, to be fair, I wouldn't carry all the stuff inside of my normal car storage.
No, I wouldn't do that.
It's better to hide that stuff. So...
Okay, so that...
Yeah, this might be the package of heroin we just found.
Yeah, okay. Right, so now that's that done, and bear in mind, that is different to the search vehicle. If I was to do the usual search vehicle, which has been there before, that's your default searching. Obviously, the other one, which we now have, is like a more advanced, which we can now look... Yeah.
Also, if you go to the engine area of the car, you can also open that one, the hood.
Ah, there we are.
That's where most people would smuggle stuff, right?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, these are very cool creatures, guys. Very cool creatures. They're fantastic.
Looks good.
Yeah, that looks good. Obviously, it's not so good for him, sir. Okay, at this time, I'm going to be placing you under arrest. It's going to be for smuggling. Gotta work out these new menus here. There we are. It's going to be drug trafficking. Okay, so turn around for me, place your hands behind your back, and anything you say kind of will be going to in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one be appointed by the state of Franklin. That should cost you. Do you understand his rights? Do you have any questions for me? No, he does not. Okay, anything on this going to poke me, hurt me, stick me, or otherwise? Desmond Monty, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Okay, he has nothing on him. 119, could I go 32 down to my current 20 for a 1050? 10-4, and this is where the call an officer to remove the vehicle feature comes in handy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You don't want to call a truck to carry him away all the time.
Yeah, you don't want to call a tow truck. No, they will probably get a bit stuck. So there we are. There's our backup unit. They're going to come and take this gentleman away, and there's our officer. There we are. Right, so we'll open the gate so she can take that vehicle. There we are.
Yeah. Not only you can do this to car, in the other end, you also can sometimes find trucks. You also have a weight station there. Obviously, you need to also control the weight of a truck, etc.
Yeah.
But all those features we just seen basically will also work for trucks.
Right. Okay, so we have a few people putting questions in chat there. Are pit trucks now removable? They are.
It depends on the level of damage, basically.
Yeah.
If they're not totally broken, you can ask a colleague to drive them off.
Yeah, but you can override that in the settings. There is a little setting to toggle that. So if you want the officer to come and remove it, irrespective of the damage, they can do that. But yeah, like Fabian said, if that's off, then if it's got a wheel missing, obviously they're not going to come and take it because they can't drive it without a wheel missing. But yeah, right, that truck's just arrived, so tell you what, sorry ma'am, someone else will have to come deal with you. We're going to go and deal with this truck they've just pulled up.
commercial drivers are more important.
Yeah, they're more important. They can stick items in places that obviously cars cannot. Right, so that one is good. And I didn't actually know, I only learned this a few weeks ago, you can actually check the scales there and it'll actually tell you if it's overweight or not. So that's a good little tip. If you're not sure of the weight, it is £60,000. But if you're not sure, just look at that and it will tell you. So yeah, this part basically is like at the weigh station at the moment. Alrighty, sir. Can I see your documents, please? And I'm going to be asking you a few questions, okay?
I see a few more questions. Someone is asking if it's a gun he's seen on screenshot. It's a real shotgun or is it a beanbag gun? It's a less lethal weapon, so it's actually, so speaking, a beanbag gun to having more or less the same effect, just with more range and more ammunition than a taser.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks cooler than a taser, I have to admit.
It does, and hopefully we'll get to use it in a bit. Okay, so that's all looking good. Let's go for and make sure. Angelo Dark, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Alright, 2 Tango Mike 208. We'll give that back to you, sir. Okay, sir, can I see your ELD, please? Thank you. What about
some more questions?
Yeah.
If you're fine, I'm just answering them already. So there's a question about the watchtower, so the so-called border tower. If you can enter that one, and yes, you can do. And to be fair, this feature is the most fun in multiplayer. Because one player, Beaver, could be sitting up there, and I could do the dirty work. Actually, he can tell me that guy's trespassing. There's some broken fenced area or something like that. And we basically can communicate and handle that stuff together, which is an awesome thing to do in multiplayer, but it also does work in single player for sure.
Indeed it does. Just go ahead and give this one a ticket of expired license plate. So once this is done, just pause that there for a moment. Quickly go over and get the spreadsheet and we will ask another question. So this one is from Not I, and they said, can you add side runner lights for more people on multiplayer, fix bugs, or maybe some AI backup?
That's not a single question, let's be fair. Let's start at the end. More people in multiplayer and AI backup basically. More people in multiplayer sadly is not possible. It would require a rewrite of the game. It would not be justified, to be fair. Also, Unreal comes with a certain issue that we from time to time have. It's going to be a bit technical, I have to admit. So there's only a certain amount of game objects that can be synced between client and host. And especially we have in a simulation quite a lot of game objects. Every NPC, every car, every item, etc. is a game object. And this scales up if you get further away. Right now with 2 people, if you stay kind of in range to each other, it should work kind of flawlessly. There's still bugs, etc. I have to admit. But if we add a third person, it's going to be more objects, etc., etc. That's why it's not going to be happening anytime soon. I recommend you see inspection pole for trucks once.
Okay, yeah.
As well. But as you see, you can also check the trucks with the X-ray scanner. For AI backup, you're gonna see here a really light implementation at the border of AI bodies, I would call them, but a full functional AI backup is currently not planned. About the bugs, it's really hard to explain, but we're fixing a ton of bugs every patch. It's just this game has grown over the years. I mean, a lot of people might be around since early access, and we also added a shit lot of features, new content, etc., paid content, but also free content. And it is about the mix of both, having it stabilized. So that's going to be a thing that we permanently do. We're going to permanently work on bug fixes, and just after the release of the border this year, we plan to ship one big bug fix patch in December.
Okay. Right,
Looks
so we've
good.
already found a package in the back there.
The trigger for the trucks is not yet fully set, so sometimes you need to go a bit to the right, more to the front of the car, to actually use the inspection mirror or the X-ray.
Yeah, that is true. As you can see here, there's a little hint there. Going along and just doing this, contrary to popular belief, didn't work earlier. It doesn't work. I found that one out the hard way when I was having my own personal look through on my own. I was like, why is that not working? That's because you need to do this.
Yeah, you always get those prompts.
Yeah, there's always a prompt there for you. Right, so that's that all done. So as you can see here as well, there's also 2 sets of cargo scanners, inspection poles, and non-lethal shotguns. So if you are playing with a friend, then you don't have to worry. You can each have one of each, which is, I think that's quite a nice touch as well. Okie dokie, sir. Okay, at this time, I am going to place you under arrest for transportation. No, it's not going to be a truck paraphernalia. That one is going to be... Yeah, it will be truck paraphernalia, won't it? Okay, sir.
It's actually a good question I quickly want to pick up. If the contraband DSC is going to be free for persons owning the season pass, yes. And to be fair, I recommend if you want to play this expansion to get the season pass, because basically you only pay €5, dollars, pounds, whatever, more or less 5, if you get the whole season pass instead of just getting the contraband DSC. So it's kind of, I would say it's a bundle basically. It's a season pass, and with the release of the contraband DSC, the season pass is finished, and you basically get everything for just $5 more, which would be the... Oh, I now need even to scratch my head. What did we add all this year, Beaver? You might even know better than I did. We did the customization DLC, where you get new stuff for your car. We did 2 vehicles, and yeah, the contraband edition.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been added this year. There's... Obviously, you got the entire season pass that was added. Can you change the transport van? No. This is a mod. This is a mod that I've got. I did ask if it was better to remove all mods. They said, no, it's fine. You can leave your mods in. Yeah, that's a mod. If you're on PC, you can get this mod from Nexus Mods. It's available. And you just go ahead and pop that in. And yeah, it will work.
Absolutely.
Right, so we'll go ahead and grab an officer out here and we'll get him to remove that vehicle.
Okay, good one. Yeah, let's maybe, do we want to have a small drive through with the new vehicle or one of the new skins through the new precinct? Because we've just been chatting casually before the stream started, and I've been asking you how you feel about this new precinct. And I personally have to admit, I think the dev team really stepped up with creating this.
They
it had so much nice places, like small park areas, like back alleys and all that stuff. I love this area here.
Yeah, it is nice. So we'll go over here and we'll hop in the new vehicle. This is, was it the TPV?
Yeah,
so many names now. I'm struggling to remember all of the names.
And we need to come up with those, I can tell you.
Yeah.
No, it's a Titan. It's basically a Hammer-inspired vehicle, because we thought it makes most sense to create something like that for the border station. And obviously, also city callouts can happen here, like an accident just next to us, right?
Yeah, but we're not going to deal with that today. We're more interested in the border. So what I'm going to do is we are going to drive back, and we are going to go and open up the gates. As you can see here, there's a little hint. We press the button. So on Xbox controller or PS5, PS4, that will be A or X. And on PC, I don't know what the keybind for it is, but it looks like it's the same one that you use to get in and get out of the vehicle.
Yeah, I think it's F or E, actually. I even can't recall that one. There's another question from Big Willie 8270. He's asking if there's going to be a big patch before the DSC going to be released to fix bugs and glitches. No. Obviously, the DLC is just around the corner. We're going to ship a patch with the DLC. It's going to also fix issues, but it mainly focus on that DLC. And as mentioned beforehand, it's a plan to ship a big patch in December that tackle a lot of issues that we currently backtracking.
Yeah. So as I just went back to the area where you start here, this is the new locker rooms. So you can actually cut all over here now and customize your character with all the clothing. You have the long shirt for the border. You have one with a vest as well as a short version as well.
Absolutely. You're also gonna get a cappy.
Yeah, I can show you the cap, but it will glitch through my characters here because that was purposely made as not 3D. But yeah, you can see the cap there.
The new vehicle is gonna get unlocked at the same time as the border expansion. You basically need to have 3 stars at least, but I guess most of your viewers have plenty of stars unlocked.
Yeah, just like myself. Right. Now, I know someone earlier was asking, where are the holding cells? They are very well hidden, I can tell you, and I found them completely on accident. Like, I wasn't even looking for them, I just found them. Now, I think I'm going the wrong way. You have to get out of the main building. They're not in the main building. I think I've got lost, haven't I? Yeah,
You did.
Yeah, they will be signposted, though. So when in the final version, they will be signposted, because right now it's like in the dark, you're just guessing.
Yeah, that's the second, third inspection. Basically, the interviewing with the biometric kiosk, which you can get assigned to.
Yeah. Right. So what we'll do is we will enable a call out. So hopefully we'll get something else, because I think we've done enough of the inspections for now.
We could actually get into the direction of the tower, or drive a bit through the precinct. That will help us to also get out of range of this call out, and it will automatically disappear.
Indeed, yeah, we'll do that.
So there's a question about how to become a beta tester. That's the question I've been asked a lot in the late times. Well, obviously, Beaver, you are one of those, and I would say we have a really active beta tester group, like 2 handful, something around 10 to 15 people that are quite active on Police Simulator. How do you become part of that? To be fair, we select those people, and we don't select them randomly. We select people that are giving good input, that are active in Discord, that help other players, etc., that basically distribute to the community.
Okay, so we have another call out. This is the initial version. So this is effectively, as you can see, they've driven up from down there. They've come from the other state, country, whatever it is. They've come up here. So we now need to go up to the window and say, can I ask you a few questions, please? And they said that they're listening, and it tells you at the top, obviously, they seem to be hiding something, so that's not very good now, is it?
Obviously, it's not.
No, not good for them, because we are going to find it.
There's another question about the watchtower. Yes, you can enter the watchtower, and you have your binoculars where you can basically spot certain things from there.
Exactly. We will try and get around everything. Obviously, we're doing this part of this call out now, and then we'll try and get to the watchtower as well, and hopefully we can get a call out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, another question about the beanbag gun. If you can use it also in regular city missions or highway missions. Yeah, you do. You can use all those tools in city as well. How many border uniforms will we have? So we have 1 border uniform, which is going to come as long sleeve, short sleeve, and with a bulletproof vest, as well as a cappy, for sure also trousers. And we're going to have 1 skin for every vehicle.
Yep.
You wouldn't do the inspection here.
Oh, okay, right.
You would now. you would now ask this person to get to the second inspection line, and basically, if you like to, you could also follow them to do the controls there. But here it's just the initial controls. So you basically decide, are you good to go into the country without any further inspection, or do we need to send you to any of the other inspections?
Yeah, I tried that earlier as well. Obviously didn't work out right.
Could happen here. Also, it could become a wrecked driver. He had something to hide. They could speed through the gate, break it, and we have our nice control booth next to you. Maybe you want to quickly enter that so we can show what you can do there. So you get a quick information about that one, getting if anything wrong with the car. If you have commercial drivers, you obviously gotta get the weight, etc. And on the other side, later on, you're gonna see our spikes. We have semi-automatic spikes where if someone is fleeing away, you kind of get a small mini game that you need to press these spikes at the right moment. His tires will pop, or you jump into your car and basically go for a chase.
That is correct. Right, so I'll just quickly check all these details and then I'll ask another question from the list. Okay, nothing to be declared. And then, sir, you are going to be free to go. No further reason to hold you.
Someone is asking if there's VO in that update. Obviously, yes, there is VO. I think you, Beaver, you turned it off in your...
Yeah, I do have them turned off. But yes, there will be VOs, but at the moment I have them turned off. Right, let me grab my list here. So we've done those questions. That one you've already covered. That one has been covered as well. Got another question here from Cybernetics. It says, can we have an option in the settings to turn off old callouts and or have a choice on doing new callouts on the Border Patrol?
No, there's no setting for that. But as you see, we increase the chance drastically to get border callouts at the border station. So if you want to do border stuff, stay around in the border and you're gonna get plenty of those. We currently still discovering if we can make custom callout wearing an option. Sadly, based on the legacy, when the system was designed and created, it's not that straightforward that we would hope to have it.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so this person's got nothing to declare. That's all good. So we are... Oh, what happened there? Suspect is fleeing? Right. We need to activate them spikes. We need to activate them spikes, don't we? So we turn around here. And if we go
focus on the screen. And now let's see.
There we are.
Which lane to take? Is it number 2? No, don't press them too early. Don't press them too early. I think you pressed them too early. You need to press them once the car is on top of these spikes.
Okay, right. Got
then it's gonna scoot out and pop those.
I see.
Now it has a small cooldown. They're gonna, re-enable.
Right, so you have to be like very specific, just as they're about to go over it. Okay.
Yes. You don't always want to pop everyone's tires, right?
No, I just thought I'll do all of them. That's
Wait, we should mention all that is also explained always in the handbook. If you're unsure about how anything is working, we got the handbook from the start of the game in there. You can read, I think it's like 10, 12 pages about the border and how everything is working, what are the new rules set, what are people allowed to do, what they are not allowed to do, and so on and so on.
Indeed.
But as you've seen, it can get really stressful. But you could also have rushed over to your car and start following this vehicle onto the highway, etc., and form a pit maneuver.
I just noticed a crazy detail. They're actually wearing my modded vest that I'm wearing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Honestly, that's one of the best details I think I've seen yet. They actually, and it's like, that's a mod. That's not in the game. So the fact that they're actually wearing that same modded vest That's nuts. That's honestly, that's made my day, that has. Right.
So they basically mimic your outfit because we want to make you feel united with your colleagues for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that's been asked for as well. But then like, can they match? Like, have matching uniforms? The answer is yes.
Maybe few things, because we've been asked quite a lot of things about quality of life improvements, like can the officer run fast, etc. That's not planned, but what's definitely planned for the next update is like leaving the vehicle faster. We're going to increase the lights on the brightness of lights, or the shininess of lights, of traffic lights at daytime, because a lot of people have hard time reading those. We're going to work on improved radio background chatter, because a lot of people like that feature, but obviously it was made more for atmospheric, and we didn't even believe so much people gonna listen to what's really said, etc., because it should only be there for atmosphere, and we're gonna improve that one. And quite a lot of things are on our list for the next patch in December.
We have
bug fixes.
Armed suspect. Where are they? I've got my non-lethal shotgun. Where are you?
I think he's at the second inspection, to be fair.
It looks like he might have already made it past. Okay.
There's also sometimes a question about will there be a PSPO2. I'm really sorry, I will not comment that. Let's please focus on what we have now, what's upcoming in the nearby future that we announced. We're not going to spoil anything here today, I have to admit, which is not announced and not known. Maybe we give out more details to certain things, but definitely we're not going to spoil anything about PSPO2 or what's coming in next year.
Indeed, yeah. Right, we'll do this one, then I'll ask another question. And then I think we're going to have a few more left on the spreadsheet, and then we will take questions exclusively from chat. Okay, that's all good. Detailed inspection for you. Okay, what was that? I heard something. Was that a little accident?
I don't see anything happen.
Oh, I heard something. Why, maybe it's just me.
No, I did hear something too. It might be someone just heavily braking.
Maybe. Right. Sir, can I see your credentials, please? Thank you. You got a question for me. How you name your officer? That's interesting. I actually have a video on that. It is on the channel. It's for PC only, but if you want to go ahead and find the video, that will talk you through how to do it. Okay, that's all good. Ah, he has an open warrant, but we can't do anything about that here.
No. We're gonna send him
for a detailed inspection. Yeah, I was trying to work that one out, like how do we do that, but we couldn't do anything about that. But
your job here is to decide, can they enter, don't they enter, and take the reasons if they start to flee or have an accident here.
Indeed, yeah.
So that one is done for that shift.
Okay, so
actually, that's what happened.
Yeah, we have so there is like a little Easter egg here. Where, as you can see, someone's broken a barrier. That may have been what that noise was. So you just walk up to it, you press the button, and am I right in saying that eventually someone will come out and repair this, like a mechanic or something?
Potentially in the future, we're gonna look at that further.
Yeah. Okay, I know people. Right. Question. Let's get another question going here. So we've done that one. Yannick Icons asked, can we have police ranks in the game, like leveling up or as a customization option?
We discussed it quite a lot about police ranks. The sad thing is, as you grind up police ranks in real life, your job becomes more and more boring. You basically start as a police officer on duty and later on become a desk police officer. So that's not the plan. We got the star system in place which kind of displays that. Yeah, and I think that's the better option for gameplay, to be fair.
Yeah.
We could also do first a drive with the vehicle onto the border fence and inspect for any damage there.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. We can do that.
Because if you see some damage on the fence, or there could also be a broken camera, etc., you potentially need to fix that. I think if you do a U-turn again, you could also go by the streets. There's like a small, like, sandy street guiding you to the border.
Yeah, there is so much detail in this update and this DLC. Honestly, it's I know it's been said. People have said it internally, but yeah, Ace, and like you said earlier, Ace have really gone above and beyond on this one. This one has got a lot of detail and a lot of things to do. We're not even scratching the surface.
Yeah, especially my first question ourselves is, we have a way smaller area than the highway in that DLC, and do we have enough gameplay to justify that, etc.? But I believe we have way more gameplay mechanics in here than on the highway. It's just dense down in this whole border area. Looks good on the surface. I think no damage so far on your border walls, but you could also get a call out at any time telling you, like, there's damage on the border, you need to not repair this. We had this discussion also why development I can share. If we want to do the reparation of the border fence on our own, we decided against, because obviously we are a police officer and no mechanic. So what you basically can do is secure that one with tape, like you do in the, how are the callouts called? In the, not FBI callouts, but the, yeah,
you can't think of the right word.
Obviously, as it happens, I played the game in German. You basically secure this area, then take a picture and report it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's get through these questions.
Crime scene. That's what someone is posting in the chat. As you do in crime scene callouts, you basically use your tape.
Yeah.
Secure that area.
Okay, so the second to last question has already been answered. That was, will the border expansion be an open patrol? Yes, it will. Debush for Life asks, what is your favourite update to besides the border DLC?
What's your favourite, Beaver? I'm really interested in that one.
My favourite? Oh gosh. I think it's just got to be the highway. It's just so chaotic. Obviously, this is brand new, and I will probably fall in love with this and love this just as much as I love the highway and every other DLC. But yeah, the highway, it's just so chaotic. You get all the new features from it, the chases, the accidents. There's just so much for it. And obviously, this adds another gameplay mechanic and another dimension on top of what we already have with the highway and the inner city as well, the city of Brighton.
And they kind of connect each other really and complement each other. That's the most fun part. But to be fair, I have a different favorite, I have to admit. I mean, I've not been around in the early police days. I joined Astragon roughly 2.5 years ago.
2022, wasn't it? You joined? Because obviously me and you we knew each other before then. But yeah, you joined Astragon then. Yeah, 2022, I think, yeah.
It's roughly 2.5 years ago, I would say. And at that point, I've been on board with the police sim, and I thought, what I'm missing most is the customization of the vehicle. I want to switch my light bar, I want to switch the bull bar, I want to switch the skin and all that. And if you remember, like even 1.5 years ago, we didn't even have skins in game.
No.
And no outfits. We introduced the locker, and I think the whole customization on that game is what made me really, really happy, because everyone has a different vision on that game. Everyone has a different liking to the uniform, to the skin, to the vehicle you want to choose. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. This adds so much role play for me. And obviously, if I play that game, and I also have to admit, working on that game every day, you stop playing it more and more on your free time. But once I play it with my friends, I always go into role play, and I love the customization for that, because especially also with our nicely made community skins from our great friends and beta testers as well, they stepped it even further up. skins look so sick these days.
Yeah, they did. The Catball modding team did a fantastic job. They really did. Right, let's quickly pull over here, ask this final question, and then we'll be on to questions from chat, because I know we are pushing for time a little bit. So Trent698 asks, when can we wear a vest over any of our uniforms, and can we get a proper police belt on our uniforms? So basically that one is all about uniform customization.
Yeah. I would love to say soon, but sadly it's really, really complicated. Fitting a mesh on top of another mesh in a video game, and especially with customization, etc., it's not easy. That's why we choose the options that we have in game now, offering multiple outfits with this vest. The effort to make it layer each other is simply too high, I have to admit, for the game.
Okay, so that is the end of all the questions I had listed. So, Fabian, if you want to...
Let's maybe end the shift and switch over to the other border station ones to look at that one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick some questions from the chat in the meantime.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to pick out any questions that you feel like asking or feel that are important, feel free to go ahead and do that.
More lethal guns, like assault rifles, are they coming? No, it's not the plan. We still don't want to make this GTA, I have to admit. We don't have the budget, we don't have the team to make it GTA, but obviously it's a different game, and we want to still be a kid-friendly and family-friendly game in our Policeum, and that's why we're not going to add more lethal weapons.
Yeah.
Gonna be a public demo or open beta before the 19th. No, it's not planned for DLCs. It's sadly simply not as easy and possible. We obviously plan to have an open beta for the next patch again. So patch 20. It's gonna be 21.
22. This is 21.
22. That's gonna be 21. You were right.
Yeah.
Any chance to make pepper spray? I see this request a ton. I have it in my bag.
Yeah.
It's something I would also love to see. It's simply we really want to focus on nailing bug fixes in the next patch first of all. Send box, get an answer. Someone is asking if we can reply to bug reports if I catch this right. No. I rather spend the time with the team to fix bugs and get back to tickets and let people know we fix this, etc., etc. We've got change log for that, and we're always in Discord also for questions. Are there any plans to add more car customization, more light up push bars, and obviously sirens? I guess is the questions. We've been discussing that, and we're looking into that. For sirens, it is mainly an issue to licensing.
Yeah, believe it or not. Believe it or not, yeah, you have to license a siren as well. I know it's crazy.
Are you planning to release all the vehicles skins for the VPV2, the new pickup? Yes, we plan to roll them out over time. Obviously, we have a ton of skins, and it's not made in a flip of a second.
Yes.
Will it be possible to open up more areas for new subscriber?
Thank you, Elliot Crossman. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed yet, really big shout out to Beaver. Subscribe to him, like that stream, share it. He's gonna do a shit lot more content on Border, I believe.
Absolutely,
and he's doing
yeah.
Great videos about Police Simulator. That's why I choose to be here around on Friday and not having dinner already, because it's close to be 9 p.m. in Germany.
Yes, close to 8 p.m. for me as well. Before I started, my mother came in, she's like, do you want a sausage roll? I was like, yes, please. But yeah, a big thank you to Fabian for putting some of his own personal time aside, guys. Just bear in mind, this is obviously Fabian isn't working now, he's off the clock, so him to be here answering your questions. Big thank you to Fabian for coming out and being here with us.
I'm super happy. I'm so happy about that, and I'm quite sure that's not the last time. And obviously, also for everyone else, if you want to get in touch with us, use the Discord. We're there at release days. We're there every day. We're reading every message. We're not replying to every message, I have to admit, because I would obviously not have the time to then work on the game with the team, and that's still my main focus. But we also have our lovely colleagues like Vladi, etc. there to help you, support you, etc., etc. There was a question of more option of modding. Sadly, modding is not that easy to be enabled. I mean, Nexus mod is a great example that there's a lot of things that being moddable without being explained to be moddable. Sometimes people need to figure out ways, I have to admit.
Indeed, yeah. Sometimes it's a question of how can we make this feature work, or what will we have to, adjust on other features to make this feature work.
Maybe you want to shoot once with the less lethal shotgun, Beaver, because a lot of people have been asking for that one, and we can do. I think we can do a training shot.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll just have to. Yeah, we can go over here. Bear in mind, it's non-lethal, but it is perfectly adequate for stunning someone and gaining their compliance. So. Oh, that looks nice. I don't want to shoot anyone, otherwise we'll get the shift ended. But yeah, they're actually pulling back the, I don't know what you call it, the trigger on the gun.
I don't think it's a trigger. It's the reload mechanism, I would call it.
Yeah, you would call it that, yeah, but it definitely looks nice, the way that your character's actually doing that. And she's actually moving the shotgun and then putting in the pellets. Yeah, the pump, that's it. Thank you, D-Bush. Yeah, the word just vanished then. The pump, there is a pump action shotgun, isn't it? Ernest MYG, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Right. We are
there's one more question. Is there going to be specific gadgets released to the new vehicle that comes with the Contraband DLC? No, it's not. We decided, I think, couple of vehicles ago, 2 or 3 already, that we're not going to add new gadgets because there are not so many gadgets that make sense. And to be fair, it also pushes the price for vehicles up, or it would have pushed prices for vehicles up. Will there, I guess, ever be enabled interiors, Fabian? No. It could be not planned. It would be an enormous work. I mean, don't take my no for granted forever. It is currently not planned.
Yeah.
I think for continuing this fun, right? Yeah, again, I can only say if you guys want to play that one, it's going to be released on the 19th, so it's just a couple of days over the weekend. Yeah. We're not looking at the final version here. We're still doing adjustments, and to be fair, the team is working the whole weekend to make that in best possible shape. Me as well, sadly. We gonna release this DLC. You can buy it as a standalone, but we also released start of this year the season pass, which is basically a bundle of DLCs. So if you want to buy this or want to play this later on, I highly recommend to buy the season pass to you, because with just paying $5 more, you get a shitload of more. You get the customization DLC, you get 2 new vehicles, you get the border expansion, the contraband expansion with the new vehicles, so basically 3 new vehicles, and. So if you want to be smart, go for the season pass, and you actually don't need to wait for the 19th. You can also already grab the season pass, and you're gonna get the borders, the contraband expansion, free out of charge on the 19th, simply installed.
Indeed, indeed. Well, looks like we have an abandoned vehicle here. Interesting.
So I'm gonna give it another 5 more minutes for some more questions before I personally need to sign off, because also Fabian has a private line.
Yeah, he does.
It's demanding my attention before going into weekend mode.
Yeah.
So let me shout some questions. Will there ever be weather? currently it's not planned. Weather brings quite some work, and we really want to focus on bug fixing now. It's definitely something, especially rain. I don't talk about seasons. I want to see in the future.
Yeah, but what you guys need to bear in mind is that, you know, these features, they are a lot of work. I know people are, oh, it's so simple. Honestly, I've you know, Fabian was kind enough to show me the inner workings of stuff, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit like you guys at first. I was like, oh, you know, it's that simple, and he's like, oh no, it's not, and he showed me it, and now I'm like, you know what, it's really not simple. Yeah,
at least there's so many edge cases, etc., and the game has grown so much. It basically grown out of control, I have to admit, to a certain degree. That's why we look at so many bugs from time to time, because often they are not new bugs, but they are based on legacy systems that do not well connect to new systems, etc. That's why sometimes it takes more effort and more time to fix those bugs, and sometimes we're working on left side of the game and something on right side not connected in any case is breaking apart. That's simply sadly based on that legacy code, but that's also why the team is grinding so hard on fixing bugs over and over again.
Yeah, got a question there that I think you can answer. John Cochran says, how about wigwags?
I would think December going to be a nice month.
Yeah, I think December is going to be a nice month indeed. Right, hopefully we can get a domestic call out before we sign off here. Really like to get one of them in, because there are a few things that are working a bit better now. Oh, we have an accident.
Yeah, obviously also this patch gonna bring certain bug fixes, especially for the new callouts.
Indeed. Right.
So
obviously this here is nothing new, but you can still get the existing callouts just to show you guys that, you know, you can get accidents and whatnot. Sorry guys, I've got to go. I've got a domestic incident. Right, I'm just gonna up and leave like that. Obviously you would never do that in real life, but yeah, we're gonna go and take care of that domestic. And
actually see a good question, and I've been explaining this actually today in the beta tester chat, because no one is happy about this. There's the question of will we get voice over for the new like domestic call out soon, and I want to explain why they're not there. Voiceover, we not want to do AI voiceover. We want to work with humans, and sadly, humans are expensive. And it's expensive to get all these people into the recording studios. That's why we need to batch certain voice line to come to like a minimum threshold, and then do the recordings. So at this patch, they're not gonna be yet voice lines for the new introduced callouts, but it's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these are one of the domestic that were from the previous update. They weren't actually available outside of certain areas. I believe that's still the case, isn't it, Fabian? Or are they now like all over? Because initially they were made in.
Not all of them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people were like, "Why aren't I getting any?" Like they aren't spawning. But yeah, they're only in certain areas.
We rolling them out on new areas in the future. It's just you need to properly set dress them, find right spots, etc., etc., etc.
Indeed. Do these work on open patrol, Fabian?
Yeah, they do.
Right, so that's all good. You have a passport.
Are we able to remove tents from the vacancy spot? I have to admit, I'm not 100% sure. I think at least it is planned. If it's already the case, I'm not quite sure, I have to admit, sadly. Okay, let's give it 3 more questions before I at least need to sign off. And
Beaver, I will be signing off as well. I want to go get some food, but may come back later, may stream some more of this privately, or may do something else, not too sure. But yeah, we are going to wrap this up shortly, guys. So if you have any questions, Beaver, please respond to DSX. What are you asking? Is there absolutely no way we're getting a bulletproof vest over uniforms? If modders can do it, why can't it be done? I can't answer that.
Yeah, as explained, it's sadly not as easy. and we rather focus on bug fixing for now. It's not said it's never going to happen, but it's not going to happen in the soon future.
Yeah.
One question, I'm not going to count this in 2 hours 3. What's your favorite food, Fabian? I can't not tell. I'm love every food.
Yeah.
To be fair, my wife and everyone knowing me always ask me, like, with the portions you eating and the way you eating, Fabian, your 70 kilograms are way too less. You should be way, way overweight. Luckily, I'm not yet. There is a question about voice chat in-game. To be fair, I don't think it's necessary. With Discord and all those tools, we rather focus on the game and not on something like voice chat. I think there are solutions and workarounds these days how people can communicate, not being directly connected in-game.
I have a question, actually, it's just made me think of it. Would it be possible to make the sirens of the ambulances and police vans stop when they get close? Because sometimes they'll sit there like that for 3 or 4 minutes blaring their sirens and it can make you go deaf.
It is a bug, and we're still looking into that one. We're not 100% sure when this happens, actually. It seemed to be an issue on the sound system. It could be that the medic currently not arrived, because we currently, in this version, we're still setting up the passes to get into these background alleys.
I see. Yeah, I think they are actually stuck there, yeah.
Someone is asking about, I think it still refers to the VOs, why we do not let the community do VO recordings. Sadly, that's simply a legal issue. We cannot sell anything that we do not license, and we cannot license from a private person. Video gamers are not always fun to make, I have to say. It could be often so much easier if you could just do what you want to do.
Is this a broken fence, or is this just a plate? I don't think this is...
I don't think it's...
Yeah, that's not broken. I had a quick look. I thought it might have been broken. Right.
So, you would see would see a hole in the fence, actually.
Yeah, indeed. Right.
Okay. Let's get it. One last question. Can we get the traffic lights brighter? Yes, we can, and we are working on that one. I actually asked the dev team. I stumbled around a Facebook post last week with like 30-50 comments where someone is actually asking for that one, because you get kind of blind for those things if you're working on the game day and night. And it was never a problem to me, but obviously it seemed to be a problem for certain people. And yes, we're gonna tackle this. We hope to tackle this already with the December update and make traffic lights brighter at day.
Indeed. Right. Park that one there. Now we got to get back into the precinct. If I can find the door. There we are. Ryan Games asks, are we going to get better sirens?
We looking to that one. The main issue is license these sounds effects.
Yeah. Right. Well, probably be... one more question, maybe two, and then we really do have to finish up here, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just put them in chat and we'll pick them up. When's the update going to be? 19th of November. That is next Wednesday, I believe. 19th?
Wednesday?
Today's the 14th.
I need
Saturday,
to check my calendar.
Yeah, it's next Wednesday, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe one question I want to pick up is, I don't see it right now in chat, but I saw it more often. Speed controls out of car and alcohol DOI test with handcuffs / within the car. As they require sadly a ton of new animations, it's not that easy to make. We have them on our backlog and we're looking at those things, but they won't make it short term.
Yeah. Right, well, I said there was an armed suspect, but I think they've just upped and left, so... Right.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Beaver.
Yeah, right. Final question. Will we have movable spotlights in the future? From Prehistoric Gamer.
I cannot answer that, to be fair. We need... it's something we read. We did not discuss internally, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That is going to be it for the questions. If your question did get missed, please do not be offended or upset. There was so many people in chat that were asking questions. So if we didn't get to ask your question, or you asked it and we gave someone else a credit, please don't be offended. It isn't personal. We tried to get through as many questions as we could. And yeah, obviously there was 70, 80 people there that were asking questions. And yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
If your question was not answered, be around on the 19th on Discord, on our Astragon Discord. I'm obviously going to be around the full evening, going to write with all of the community enjoying the new DLC. Most likely also going to hop into the voice chat as often. People are going to stream also on the Discord at release dates, etc. And I'm more than happy to answer your questions there. And obviously, Beaver going to answer quite a lot of questions in his streams and comments under his videos.
Yeah. Golden Murphy, English only in the channel, please. Thank you. Right. That is going to be it. Thank you so much to Fabian for coming out and giving up some of his personal time. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I was actually a bit scared earlier, because I'm not going to lie. I'm like, what if no one turns up? And then so many people have turned up. Thank you so much, honestly. I didn't realize how much of a success this was going to be. But yeah, I definitely think we'll have to do this again, because I really enjoyed myself. I hope Fabian enjoyed himself too coming out. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this as well. Like I said, pre-release version, not final. There will definitely be another version coming out before this one. This will 100% not be the final version, don't worry. There are quite some issues left, but the majority of it is there and it is working as it should be. Yeah, thank you to everyone in chat for coming out and asking your questions. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for everyone.
Thank you for
playing the game.
Yeah.
Thanks for enjoying the game. Thanks for watching Beaver's videos. Thanks, Beaver, for your time and effort.
Bug hunting time, Chris. No, it's more like food time for me and Fabian. Then it'll probably be bug hunting later. Yeah. See, the one thing people don't understand is, like, you know, I have to switch between versions to do bug hunting and testing, obviously, because I can't show preview versions on videos. I have to use a public version because that's not under any NDA. So I have to use that. So when I'm switching between versions quite a lot, and yeah, it is a bit fun. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Fabian needs to go and have some food and spend time with his family. I need to go and have some food and spend time with my family because I'm getting hungry. I've got 2 cats downstairs that are hungry. I've got a mother that wants some attention, so I need to give her that. So yeah, we're going to get out of here. Thank you once again, Fabian, for coming out and hanging out. Really do appreciate that. Thank you to all you guys. Yeah, thank you for spending your time. Thank you for giving me some of your time. And yeah, I will maybe be back later. Not too sure. We'll see how things go. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And yeah, enjoy the update on the 19th. Take care, everyone.
And have a great weekend,
yeah,
everyone.
Great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye, guys. Love you all. Good night.